It's almost 2025, and there are a ton of etude books for trumpeters to help them develop their musicality and their trumpet skills. And in this video, we're going to be talking about a new one, which is written by Jen Oliverio, titled 18 Short Etudes. If you're not familiar with Jen, she is the professor of trumpet at Missouri Western State University. She also is the principal cornet with Fountain City Brass Band, and she's one of the directors of the Fountain City Youth Brass Academy. Jen is a wonderful musician, and she took all of her knowledge about the trumpet, about lyricism, about music making, and she combined all of that into a book of 18 short etudes for all of us to enjoy. One of the most unique parts about this book is that instead of being titled Etude number 1 and Etude number 2, like pretty much every single etude book that's out there, Jen chose to title all of her etudes with colors. But I'll let her tell you all about it.
I would say it took me about 3 weeks to finish the entire project. It didn't start with colors. It started with Etude number 1. And so that's how they were in my Dorico on my iPad. And then I named all of the etudes colors. Part of the reason for that is I'm hoping to support my students in connecting more of a storyline to the etudes that they're doing. You know, we get pieces that have exciting and engaging titles like Centennial Horizon or, you know, those kinds of pieces, and they tell a story, and I think your etudes can tell a story as well. And so I used colors, and my son guessed the primary color, and then I found something on Sherwin-Williams paint chips. That's where I found all of the colors. So, yeah.
I personally believe that etudes should be a part of all musicians' development. It's because etudes are kind of like a halfway between fundamental exercises and repertoire. You get the specific skill-based focus of an etude, being it's about articulation or slurring or whatever it may be about, but it's not quite as boring as fundamental exercises. You get a little bit of musical interest like you have from repertoire.
I wanted all of these etudes to be satisfying to play with intentional challenges. Intentional, obviously I'm a trumpet player, so intentional trumpet-based challenges. So whether that's finger challenges, whether that's alignment challenges between fingers and articulation, whether that's getting notes that are in the lower register in tune, like D flats and stuff like that, there's a lot of key signatures that maybe aren't ones that we touch base with all that often. And I wanted to make sure that the intent behind the etude was coming through while also still being a satisfying experience for the student or for the player.
So, like me, you might be wondering, why didn't Jen make longer etudes? Why not make them more developed, like Charlier etudes or top tones or etudes like that?
I initially decided that I wanted them to be short etudes because sometimes I do not have the attention span to make it through the entirety of a Charlier or a Biche etude. I have the utmost respect for them, and I have done all of them. But I wanted something that felt challenging and was engaging, but also could be accomplished in a week for my students. You know, they can sight read it during lessons and they can work on it over the week, and then they can move on to a new etude. Yeah, I just wanted it to be like bite-sized etudes that had some substance to them.
Even though all of the etudes in this book are interesting and engaging in their own unique ways, I'm pretty sure that each composer of an etude book has a few favorites of their own.
Some of them are my favorites to play, and some of them are my favorites to listen to. I have a soft spot for Olive. It's a mixed meter lyrical etude. I just think it's really beautiful, but weird. So it's like unconventional. I like playing Lavender because it's very cornetty to me. It feels like very simple and very elegant and very beautiful. And then it's just really fun to play amber because I love low notes. They're very fun for me to play.
If you read Jen's bio, you'll notice that there is a laundry list of accolades, of successes, of clinics and performances she's had, but there's one thing that is suspiciously missing from her bio, which is being a composer. So I kind of wondered what made her take the leap and to begin her composing journey by writing an etude book.
I have been looking for some more creative outlets and some things that I can do that are less travel based. I love traveling and I love doing performances and clinics and stuff like that, but I also wanted to check out other areas of creativity. And so composing some light etudes for my students was one of the inspirations. I think it's really important as teachers and as musicians and as performers to push yourself outside of your comfort zone, because I can't expect my students to do that if I'm not willing to do it myself, you know?
If you head over to Jen's website to get more information about this etude book, you'll notice that there are only digital copies available. This is definitely not an accident, and Jen has a very good reason why she chose to do it this way.
One of the big inspirations for the etude book being it's exclusively digital, I'm not offering physical copies, is because I wanted to make sure that it was affordable for students. And so if there are any students out there that are concerned that they can't afford it, to reach out to me, because I do want to make sure that resources are available to those that need them.
As I said before, etudes should be an integral part of every single musician's journey and development. If you're looking for challenging etudes that are going to help you develop as a trumpet player and as a musician, but you want to do it in a bite-sized way, head over to Jen's website and get your copy today. If you want to hear me dive into some etudes that I've recorded, I've got an entire playlist of me recording the Biche etudes. These are really challenging if you don't know them, and so if you want to check that out, click the link on the screen, and we will see you in the next video.